issue. 51. They've averaged 76 points a game on the road this season. So, excuse me, 74 on the road.
Kings get it into Grant. He's double teamed. Bose catch and shoot outside the three-point line. Kazoo can't get the tip. Crawford to Gill. Gets it to Jacob Holmes, who's had the hot hand. He continues his tremendous play after being dropped by the Adelaide 36ers. Gets a new lease of life with Townsville.
And as to be expected, the Townsville Crocs go into his own defense. They throw it into Dre Grant, and he throws it down with some sort of authority. Hopefully that'll provide a little spark in the Sydney Kings.
Well, he didn't really make a move. He just reverse pivoted and dunked right through Luke Schencher. Peter Crawford on a super cut. And an even better finish. Takes the lead out to 10.
Steve, I mentioned it in the first half. Peter Crawford is playing himself into form where he's going to come into serious consideration for next year's Olympic team. To have those guys that can just come out and create their own shot when things break down. Similar to James Harvey, when I thought that maybe he might have got the nod back in 2008. Here we see the little foul.
He really had him crossed up, didn't he?
He did. He was beating all ends up.
Direction.
Elvin Mims is going to check out of the game, primarily because that's his third personal foul.
Magid catch and shoot, can't get it. Gill in a foot race with Bose, gets it to Cedar, and he's fouled quickly by Ben Magid. Good line for a quick deuce as Townsville try and expand this double-figure lead that they have.
I think it's been an issue the Sydney Kings have had all year, is their defensive transition. The ability to stop the ball and get back. There's two things to that. Is one, you need more pressure on the ball. So get up, try and contain the ball as soon as it comes out of that rebounding contest. Other guys have got to light their behinds and get back.
They do. Missed opportunity by Cedar to take the lead up to 12. He misses them both. Magid into Kazoo. He forces his way a little bit closer.
Just bullied his way in there against Jacob Holmes. And Steve, that's one. Have a look at this. Now, if Jacob Holmes flops on that, he's got a chance. But because he doesn't flop, he's on a hiding to nothing because he's too small to guard the 6'11", Julian Kazoo.
I don't know why that was a foul.
It wasn't a lot in it, was it?
No, there wasn't. And Holmes was saying, with the referee right on the baseline, which is Graham Clark.
What do you want me to do? Disintegrate?
Well, he didn't call one. He said Graham Clark with a different angle, different call. Gill on a sweet dish to Schencher. Good heads-up play by the point guard for Townsville, the veteran. 148 games in the NBA. Bose skips it to Bruce. This is going up. He finds Bose from the wing. That's some more terrible defense. Shot clock winding down, and he just gets a clean look.
They're sitting in that 2-3 zone, Steve, and they're guarding areas rather than guarding men. They need to come out, as you say, when that shot clock's running down. Good defense that time by Julian Kazoo. Well, maybe not so good defense, good block. Luke Schencher's got those Inspector Gadget arms. They're real long all over the place, and he always seems to be getting tangled up with people, and you just see the frustration with Julian Kazoo here. There you see his right hand there just hooks a little bit, and that's just enough to annoy Julian Kazoo.
Cedar gets a good look, long rebound to Jacob Holmes. Cedar, I thought he pulled the trigger on that one again. He missed from that spot. Holmes, one bounce dribble going left. He is automatic from that range, about a step inside the three-point line. Doesn't matter whether he catches it and elevates or he puts it on the floor for a little rhythm dribble. Jacob Holmes is on fire. 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting.
And Jacob Holmes is becoming the man for the Crocs. And we've mentioned this time and time again, that it really was just an unfortunate incident that got Jacob Holmes a job with Townsville because of Russell Hender's injury. He's leading the team in minutes played, Steve. 32 minutes a game.
Good ball movement from Townsville. Gets Crawford a good look. He misses an opportunity. Upstairs to Bose. His reverse layup took all the time in the world.
Beautiful body control by Anatoly Bose.
Gill felt like he was fouled. Imagine trying to go all the way. Tough shot. A little out of control. Can't just play for the foul like that.
Exactly, Steve. That's exactly what he was doing. Playing for the foul. A little nudge, but goes uncalled.
I like that when the refs don't bail you out like that. Imagine. That won't count.
He waved it off. Imagine is irate.
Of course, the crowd wanted it. The only thing with that is you just hope it's called consistently, so you know it doesn't sting you 6 minutes from now. Let's have another look.
There's the foul there. Ooh.
And I've seen continuations a lot longer than that.
No, you make any more comments. I was right here, baby. Say nothing. I was right here. You say nothing as well, all right?
Oh, the boys. Always going at it, showing a bit of feeling. Gotta love that.
I like that. I love it.
Also doesn't get out of hand.
Bruce finds Kazoo and waves off the screen because he had a mismatch.
It's a beautiful pass.
Sure was. He knew what he was doing the whole time. Drew the help and then delivered it to the guy who helped. Cedar for 3. Comes up short.
They're going to test the commitment now of their zone defense, and as expected, they change it up, go back to man-to-man. And the Sydney Kings are on a roll. And Paul Wolpert, he wants to have a little bit of chat about what's going on down there on the defensive end, because it's the Sydney Kings now on top on the offensive end. They still trail it by 2, 57-59.
Hungry Jack's introduces premium choices. To show you how tasty they are, we've added extreme close-ups of our avocado, shot our Swiss cheese in slow motion, and added tricky rim lighting to our zesty tomato relish. Now I'm going to introduce them with my deep, rich voice. Meet the Swiss Avocado Chicken Tender Crisp and the Cheddar Swiss Chicken Tender Crisp. Part of our new Better Tastes menu. Hungry Jack's makes it better.
Hey, we've got to be careful now. The refs are going to call soft fouls trying to slow the game down because there's a bit of a heat now. Be smart.
Be smart. Against their zone, just run hand. Look to throw to the high post. Flatten the wings. All right, so now you can pitch out of there. Don't get it. Let's make sure we're Xing out. When the ball's reversed, low to high down. All right? So you guys have got to be active in there. Defensively, we've got to be smart now. Stay at home. Don't overhelp so they can pitch it and put us under rotational problems. All right, are we right here? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Sydney happy with that run, no doubt about that. And it's all about, it is a mindset, isn't it? Not settling for shots, make strong cuts, and that little extra pass is having some purpose.
It is, and they've done a good job of pushing the ball up the floor. Got some stops, few missed shots by the Crocs, and get out and run. Good things happening for the Sydney Kings. Also getting Julian Kazoo. Just like that, he's up to 10 points and 8 rebounds. But Mr. Consistency, Mr. Reliable, Jacob Holmes. comes back strong for Townsville.
He's got 16 and a 7 of 11 clip from the field. What a great addition to the Townsville squad. Grant to Kazoo. That's not a bad little high-low combination that the Sydney Kings have going. And just like that, it's another 2-point lead for Townsville. Game's starting to take some shape, Andrew. As Gill lines the three-pointer up and drills it.
Eddie Gill showing that leadership as well. Stepping off with the left. Look at this, Steve. Great ball movement by the Sydney Kings. And the spectacular finish by Jerry Grant with the 2 hands this time. Just like his mama taught him.
And that looked like the Boston Celtics in the 80s. Super ball movement in the interior. Holmes comes up short. Grant pulls down another board, gets it to Aaron Bruce. Ahead to Bose. Bruce. It's tipped. Kazoo loses the handle. Bose can't put a lid on it. Kazoo rips it away and gets the putback.
They just wanted it more. They've awoken from their defensive slumber at the halftime break. And now good things are happening at the offensive end.
And now it's a 1-point game with Townsville in possession. Gill pulls it up and drills it. Eddie Gill, knowing his team needs a little bit of a lift, has come alive here in the second half. Bruce pulls up for 3. That's long. A bit of a rush of blood there by Aaron Bruce. I say a rush of blood. I mean, that's shooting one in rhythm. If you're feeling good, no problem. But it looked like it's full of adrenaline on that one. Almost banked in.
Just didn't have his legs and signs of fatigue. So Ravilla goes to his bench, Ben Match and Aaron Bruce checking out of the game. Rash and Luke Martin coming in.
Crawford. They run a couple of guys at him, but it doesn't. Crawford is
Patented.
He is at another level.
The patented step back. He's almost more reliable when he steps back than when he's stationary.
Travels. Yeah, no doubt. Didn't have to wait a call on that.
Peter Crawford just has that rhythm to his shot when he gets that little step back going.
3 of 5 outside the arc, Peter Crawford is. Good feed into Ben Allen. But the weak side defense comes and gets him.
I think that's a good call.
It is.
Luke Martin just lost the handle of it. PC was sort of there, but I don't think he hit it.
I think he kind of surprised him, and then he lost the handle. Gill on a sweet dish and a great block by Julian Kazoo. Here's another look at that.
Yeah,
sure did. Peter Crawford wasn't anywhere close.
Good try by Luke Martin.
He tried to sell it.
Eddie Gill seeing the floor. Jacob Holmes with another one-bounce shot attempt. This time doesn't fall.
Ratch. Ratch puts it on the floor. Bobbles it a couple of times. Took an extra dribble. A couple of turnovers by the Sydney Kings. One by Luke Martin and that one by Kevin Ratch. Even if they didn't call it, it should have called something for how ugly it looked. Michael Cedar. Kings dodge a bullet there. He had a good look at the three-point line. Had an opportunity to take that thing to the 70s. Ratch finds Martin. Martin to Kazoo to Grant. He's fouled, puts it in.
They've found the answer to beating the zone. Crocs changed it up a little bit, getting out to the shooters, spreading it. They attack that high post area, and when you've got a pretty passer like Julian Kazoo, the high-low action, hard to defend because that baseline guy in the 2-3 has got to come out and respect the jump shot, and he can't guard both.
And they are exploiting that. And Grant is timing those cuts perfectly. Once Julian Kazoo receives the ball in the high post, also knocks down the free throw to give him his 16th point. 12 of those points in the paint to go with his 7 rebounds and his 2 block shots. Less than a minute to go. Townsville up by 3. Gill loses the handle. Martin. He doesn't have numbers, but he gets it to Rat.
Good read. Good read by Lou Martin. He knew he wasn't going to go up there into the traffic. Just pulled it out. He knew all along Kevin Rash was coming. Just had to slow the tempo down, wait for the trailer, and he gets an easy couple. Good play, Luke Martin.
Well, Townsville scored the last 8 points of the second quarter, and Sydney have scored the last 5 points of the third. Holmes, who does it again. Again, he hits a late in the clock shot. That was late in the shot clock.
Pat Reedy type one-legged, Bob Cousy type shot by Jacob Holmes. And Julian Kazoo gets fouled, but that's great touch by Jacob Holmes. There's a man who knows his limitations. He's not that explosive athlete like Jeray Grant or Elvin Mims, and he's got that freakish touch around the basket. And King's cheerleaders looking great in their Christmas splendor.
I was wondering where you were going with that one. As Julian Kazoo knocks the first one down. They're putting up some numbers. Not quite at a 100 clip.
And Steve, although you can be critical, as we have, of some of the defensive efforts, I'd much rather watch a game where there's just the edge off the defensive intensity when the guys are out there